20 years ago, Subaru was ahead of the game, successfully predicting that one day people would want to drive in high-riding vehicles with a lot of family appeal. These days, cars like the Outback are the bread and butter of the Subaru brand, vehicles with a promise of adventure in a practical wagon body style.
The Outback is a modern favourite within the Subaru fold, proving popular with loyal supporters of the brand. This year's model represents a minor update. The naturally aspirated engine in this 2.5i model still makes 129 kilowatts and 235 newton meters. The base model still costs $36,240 plus on-road costs, and it still represents a practical and versatile package. Our test model, an Outback 2.5i Premium, costs $42,640 plus on-roads, bringing plenty of gear including an updated eyesight safety suite.
Subaru reserved the most important changes for the Outback to the interior, which now features a new tablet-style infotainment system loaded up with Apple CarPlay, always a welcome feature. The brand has also updated its eyesight safety suite, which includes autonomous emergency braking, active cruise control, and other cool stuff like that. There's also a new camera system on the front and side of the car that helps you avoid bingles while parking.
On the outside, you might notice that the grille and bumper have been subtly reworked, while new mirrors feature LED indicators and stems shortened by 20mm. These really aren't major changes.
All in all, those changes are pretty minor, and as such, the new Outback drives pretty much like the old Outback. There are some things that you do notice. If you put the car in its manual transmission mode and use the paddle shifters, which not many people do, then you've got 7 gears to choose from as opposed to 6. And of course, when I say gears, they're not really gears, because this car has a continuously variable transmission that operates along a bandwidth, so there's essentially no real mechanical connection there. The car is just simulating gears for you, which sounds a little bit silly, and in practice, it is. This being a Subaru, the Outback has all-wheel drive as standard, and as such, you never want for traction in this car. Even in greasy conditions like this, the Outback has heaps of purchase. You can floor it from a standstill and you get no wheel spin whatsoever, just seamless progress. See what I mean here? Come up to an intersection on a greasy surface and floor it, no wheel spin, it just grips and goes. That may also be because the engine is just a little bit weak. It's a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated motor that really doesn't offer too much in the way of punch, particularly with torque. When you get up it can be a little bit noisy as well and unrefined, although partly that's due to the Subaru's boxer layout. The pistons move from side to side rather than up and down, which gives it a charming throb, a bit of an interesting exhaust note that lends the car a little bit of character. It's quite nice to have. That feeling of surety carries through to the steering and the brakes of the Outback, that real heftiness that we've come to know from Subaru. As far as the ride goes, it is a little bit lumpy. The suspension on the Outback, riding higher than something like a Liberty, is a little stiffer, and we've got 18-inch wheels with some all-terrain tyres on board, so the car can feel a little bit brittle in various conditions.
Subaru didn't reinvent the wheel with the updated Outback, and it didn't need to. This wagon remains safe, practical and user-friendly option that makes plenty of sense for Australian families. The updated Outback is on sale now.